Attorney General Jason Miyares is accusing Fairfax County's prosecutor of violating federal law. As Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder explains, a weeks-long investigation into claims of prosecutorial misconduct has so far yielded no criminal charges.
Their stories are heartbreaking. Crime victims and survivors who say the Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney office failed to bring them justice.
You've just failed me as a person. I was 14. I was 14 years old, and you failed me.
Strong words from a young woman who says she survived an assault, but her case was never prosecuted. And this mother sharing her own grief, saying her daughter was a victim in a separate case, also not prosecuted.
No evidence was presented. We went through more than 7 prosecutors, and she didn't see justice.
Dozens of victims standing behind Attorney General Jason Miyares, who is running for re-election this year and is calling out Commonwealth's attorney Steve Descano for how his office handled dozens of cases, including the recent attempted abduction inside Fair Oaks Mall, in which a 26-year-old man is charged after video appears to show him scoop up a toddler girl and walk off with her. The suspect, Andres Caceres-Haldin, was released from custody just a few days prior with violent criminal charges pending.
Shortly thereafter, the governor asked our office of the Attorney General to both not just investigate this matter, but look at the entire pattern of failure by the Fairfax Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, their failure in protecting victims, their failure and protecting law-abiding citizens.
News 4 has reached out repeatedly. I think I've lost track of the amount of times that we've asked Fairfax County Prosecutor's Office for a statement, an explanation on why Caceres-Haldin was free on bond and not in jail at the time of the incident at Fair Oaks Mall. That office has repeatedly declined to comment on that case. However, Fairfax County Prosecutor Steve Descano did offer News 4 this response today to the AG's accusations.
Descano says, quote, "This is a sad, last-ditch political stunt by a man who's about to lose an election. His lies, half-truths, and distortions don't change the fact that voters elected me twice to run our justice system this way, and in doing so, we've kept Fairfax the safest large county of its size in the country." Miyares has not brought criminal charges nor a civil suit against Steve Descano, despite allegations of code violations. Though Miyares accuses Descano of providing protections to non-citizens and says he's referring that to the Department of Justice because Miyares says it violates federal law.
These are federal violations when you're violating the both due process and the immigration law passed by President Clinton that says you can't provide special benefits to non-citizens compared to citizens.
But no state statutes that you
No.
One of the cases Miyares talked about today, next to a poster board on an easel, is a case that didn't even take place in Fairfax County. Miyares acknowledged that it wasn't a case Descano's office had anything to do with once News 4 asked why it was being included in talks about this investigation into Descano's office. Reporting in Fairfax County, Drew Wilder, News 4.